So Michael's going to hate me saying this, but we're ready for Monday.
Yeah, they won't fit in there.
They will. How much?
200.
£200?
£200.
Right, they're fitting in there. Right, I'll take that there. And I don't care if you've got to take the tracks off the combines, but we're getting them in that gap, all right? All right, so Sprinter Drill's having a Tilly Taylor test. They've got the wheels off currently. I've looked at the tread pattern on here. This came off a 939 originally, and there's very little tread left. So I've got a price today for new tyres. These are 710/60 34s, and the issue is because there's very little tread, the entire wheel is then almost flat. So when it turns, all the strain of that is going across into the machine. So they're taking the hubs off, checking the brakes because one of the brakes wasn't working properly. That's the point of the Tilly really, to make sure that everything's checked. One brake was applying, wasn't it, and one wasn't?
Yeah. Well, it was applying, it weren't releasing.
Oh, it wouldn't release, so it was binding.
Just stand back, we're going to let this side down.
Right, okay. So they're going through this, just making sure everything's right. In principle, it's already done, but we just wanted to get the Tilly done before it goes out. He's done the Tilly on the two Sprinters. They're also going through the 12-metre wet weather drill, 6-metre wet weather drill, and they've done the 6-metre beam drill. All the coulters have changed from the wheat duets onto the 1-inch Dutch openers. So that's all done. Bags of Besson shear bolts. You can't tell me they were hiding. This is what we've got to deal with. So update on 1165, the engine is now in. It took 11 days, I think, for the engine to arrive from Finland. And the engine's now in. Where are we now? We're Friday, aren't we? So it went wrong on a Wednesday, so we're now over 2 weeks, aren't we? We're now 16 days in. And apparently they're now waiting for an ECU part because the new engine needs a new ECU programming. So that's the current hold-up. So they're thinking maybe Monday, Tuesday next week, so that'll be getting towards 3 weeks. So that's turned into a much bigger problem than I was expecting, mainly because the parts weren't readily available in the UK. And then there's a problem with getting through on customs.
So Michael's going to hate me saying this, but we're ready for Monday. We've got the 3 drills out of 4, the two Certos and the Avatar just parked around the corner currently. We're just getting them dieseled up and all ready for Monday. Hopefully this afternoon we'll get them filled up with seed and get them calibrated so they're all ready to go. Everything's going really well. We've had to change a couple of tines, a couple of bearings and some wheels, and just checking the hydraulic pressure on the tractors, checking all the connections, making sure they're all good, running them up. As you can see, I've had the Avatar already, so I've got used to it again. Got all the SFI re-drilled, well, thickened up hopefully, so that's all done between the Cambridgeshire, Lincolnshire and Bedfordshire farms. Changed all the meter and wheels, blown her out, so she's all ready to go. So we'll get the Sprinter finished this afternoon, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we should have all 4 drills all ready, all with a bit of seeding calibrated, ready for Monday morning. We're going to start with the barley in Cambridgeshire is the plan, and then get the barley finished and then jump onto the wheat in Cambridgeshire. And then I think I'll need to correct this with James, but we're possibly going to hop up to Lincolnshire and get Lincolnshire done as a block, and then we'll go Lincolnshire to Bedfordshire. But it's all changeable, it all depends on the weather. See what happens.
So they finished the Crusoe seed last night, and they got a little weigh scale which weighs each individual bag to get to 1.25. They put it on the weigh bridge, just check the overall weight, and then they do all the certificates because it's done in batches. So they then do the paperwork and then slide it into each bag, so each bag's got a reference effectively per batch. So then they've got traceability. So last 2 or 3 days we've had 24 mil of rain here in Cambridge. Obviously Bedford and Lincolnshire are slightly different, but so we wanted 30 was my prediction to get enough chitted. So we'll see either later today or Monday to see actually how much we've got grown. I'm reticent to start drilling the barley before all the wheat, volunteer wheat is grown, because that is a problem coming up in the barley. There's no control for it. So that's part of what our strategy at the moment is. We just needed enough rain so we could actually get all the rubbish to chit and grow, and then we can get on with the drilling, get stuck into the barley, then we'll turn around and start doing the first wheats. So we just changed some of the rotation, so we had first and second wheat, so we've actually reduced the amount of barley we're going to grow. We're putting more second wheats in because of the price difference of the gross margin, and then we're just getting all the maps updated and done. We just did that this morning. All the SFI is drilled and done, so that's all done. This is looking a bit better in here. So this corner's cleaned out. Got that. That's the last lot to get put in the shed, or in the silo. And then we'll be able to put the combines in. So we're very nearly there to be able to put the combines away. James Curley from Classmans, he's coming and doing inspections on the combines and also sorting out some of these problems I've got with the headers. And then Steve's obviously getting the seed put in here, so we're ready to go. And some of the barley, we've been starting collecting some hybrid barley there that we're putting in. See what variety that is. Oh, King's Barn. Yeah, so this is King's Barn. We've grown that previously, and that's okay. I'll probably find now that the hybrid will do really well and the conventional won't, but we've made the decision. This is Vibe we've got in here. And yeah, so we've got the curtain cider on, we're going backwards and forwards, collecting the seed, bringing it in. And stock take, I've got a bit of a bee in my bonnet at the moment about stock taking. That's the Hexton. This is Hexton C1, which we're doing a trial for RAGT, and this is part of the Field of Dreams. So we're going to drill this on basically about 44 hectares, and we're going to see if we can do over 12 tonne a hectare. This is the variety we've chosen between us to do. The name suits us because we farm in Hexton in Bedfordshire, so we're going to put this in and we're going to see in the Field of Dreams if we can get over 12 tonne a hectare with it. Starting early, got a plan. This is going where what was the car park ex-Oats last year, and I appreciate it's not a milling wheat, but it gives us a really good comparison between what a feed wheat will do and what a milling wheat will do in terms of yield, because the premium is under attack again on the milling wheats, and that Paul in the transport struggling to get haulage work for next week, mainly because farmers aren't selling. Price is really poor, so there's now a standoff between people selling and the lorries are a really good indicator of how much work is available to how well the sales are going. So looking forward to this variety, looking forward to working with RAGT and Michael to see what we can do with this variety, and as a comparative. And then we're going to have barley next door, and then also hybrid and conventional barley and the milling wheat effectively in 4 fields together. So we've got a really good comparative trial going on in terms of yield. So yesterday I went to Warwickshire Agricultural College, which is basically Morton Moral as I always knew it of when I was young, and I gave a presentation on the business and my sort of career through my university time and then working abroad, etc., trying to basically inspire them there's a future in agriculture, and what I'm looking for now as an employer, what I need an employer to have on their certificates, etc., to sort of give them some direction. And one of the analogies I gave them was effectively that 90,000 jobs in India to work on the railway annually, and they get 30 million applicants. So on that basis, how are you going to make sure you stand out on your CV? And one of the things I talked about was the fact that it's imperative that they get as many certificates as they can, because that is an easy criteria as an employer to start looking through CVs and seeing how well trained they are, and then effectively that makes them more employable followed by how often that they're jumping around on jobs. But when they're young, obviously they're not going to have years of experience. So it's the certificates that's going to hold them in better stead. Anyway, it was a talk that was just over an hour, and they were absolutely terrified. They got this sort of look about them. And I said to them, "Oh, you must be about 2001, something like that, born." And I said to the girl sat in front of me, I said, "Oh, when were you born?" She said, 2009. Well, 2009 to me was like last week. And I suddenly stood there in a minute and suddenly realised, well, she was 16, obviously, turning 17. And I was amazed that suddenly meant that they were 16, 17. I remember getting CVs at 2000 and was thinking, that can't be right. And realising suddenly they were in their 20s. So I'm still listening to the 80s music, so I'm sort of stuck. Effectively, that's 40 years ago, isn't it? Yeah, Tom's sort of smiling at me now, but that's all I listen to is 80s music. Sunglasses are on.
Sunny.
Sunny or hangover? It's got to be one of the two.
Don't drink.
You don't drink? Okay. Like me.
That's all right.
Yeah. I was never any good at it. So tell me, what's this that we're stacking?
Crucial.
Okay, this is the Crusoe. Yeah. So we just got the one pile left. Are the two silos empty now?
No, X-Days in one, starting now. Shear.
Okay. So that's Shear over there?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's helpful. So you worked quite late last night. It's gone 9 o'clock when you sent me the message.
That's normal, isn't it?
I know it is normal for you
basic
guys.
hours.
But you get the
It's
seeds.
depressing this time of year in the dark.
It's 90 tonne a day of seed you're typically
96,
doing, yeah? And that's not, was that 90 tonne, 90 bags?
Tons.
Tons?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. So you'll be pleased to see that go. Will that go today?
No. But it's moving now in the next hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll get this shed back.
Yeah.
We'll be able to get the combines in here and all that jazz.
Potentially.
Okay, good. What's the potentially part?
Still need to throw seed in here, remember?
Oh yeah, but that's all right. We only want to go in that bit over there.
They won't fit in there.
They will. How much?
200.
£200?
£200.
Right, they're fitting in there. Right, I'll take that bit. I'll take that
Wait,
bit.
whoa.
I want to make sure, you being Scottish, that's 200 sterling, isn't it? That's not...
Hand back out.
Right, I don't know. What are you on with now?
Hand back out. Quick. And they don't go over the doorway. So you said to me the other
that's
day,
all right.
yeah, they're not fitting in.
Yeah, they will.
And the 4 boxes, part of the combine.
I'll put them in there.
Put them on the roof.
I'll put them in there. They're going in there. They're going in there, Gordy. God, this is going to be the best.
It's like that fake Rolex. The time's not very good on that.
Fake
remember,
Rolex.
You're 2 minutes.
Stop it. Have a word of yourself. I'm going to Burley tomorrow. That £200 will come in ever so helpful.
we don't get a chance to go there.
Yeah. I'm going to get them in today.
Too busy.
I'm going to get them in
no,
today.
I'm saying we don't get a chance to go to Burley tomorrow. Too busy.
You fibber. Okay, so Dave's getting this road levelled out. So they're putting tram down. You can see the tram out here. So they put the tram down. Now the purpose of the tram is, we'll go and have a look at some, but it stops the soil the stone disappearing into, here's some tram, there's some old tram here. It's like a netting basically, a woven plastic, and it stops the stones disappearing into the soil below. So you then have, it's that layer, and that it also works very well for drainage, letting the water through. So it's quite expensive. So we put that down first, then we start putting the stone on. Now I'm pleased they're doing this because we've got all this stone that we dug up before, and we've then obviously ran through the screeners and things. So I'm really hoping we can do a lot of this area without having to buy any more stone in. So there's a little bit of a slope on the yard, which we put on, and then they'll bring the water down to here, and they'll dig across here, they'll put a drain in which they'll then bring all the down pipes into, and then that will leave plenty of yard out there without any drains or anything on if we need to tip anything on it temporarily. And then they've dug out this area, which is where the bunkers are going. I've actually wondered about putting a little roof on these areas. I got a price today. The tyres on that drill, just to take them away to scrap them, is £55 each to get rid of those tyres. I'm flabbergasted in what the cost is. It's £10 for an Arctic tyre, and it's £55 for a tractor tyre. I'm assuming different sizes will be different prices, but it's a lot of money. There must be a cheaper solution to this. And that's why I've got this theory about stacking them up and then creating a solution. But anyway, they'll get this prepared, we'll panel this out, and then we'll have the bays that we could do something with. And then they'll be able to build on the far side there. They'll get all these 16 tanks in. We've had it drawn up. So Tom, if you come and have a look up here, you can see the entrance now, which has come in. This field was workshop field, and before they took the road out, the 88 acres, this was a big block of land through here. I remember cultivating this. You know, as a young person, it used to be what Father used to say was his best field on the farm. Probably because it's the one next to the yard that got most of the muck on it. But yeah, so the drive will go through there, and we're going to curb it down the sides. Be curbed down this side. I like the curbs, it sort of creates the boundary. And then that will stay as soil up the top there. The outside's going to be panelled. This, as I said, is going to be sort of panelled now for the 16 metres by 12 metres by 4 metres high. To create these bays, just to put odds and sods in. It's like the skips as well, just even somewhere to put the skips out the way for the general rubbish and the scrap metal, so they can sit in here. And then obviously that's the water tank, which is for the sprayers. I've got a slight issue I've got to deal with. I almost need some kind of a pressure system on it, like the mains, just to make sure from the tank back into the spray store there is pressure. So that's something we've got to sort of look into and address. I noticed on the nozzles, this is surprisingly wet. Of course, amazing how slimy everything's gone and so quickly. On the nozzles, a couple of people sent me messages on Twitter to say about the Lechler nozzles at the app. I downloaded the app today, really helpful comment actually, and downloaded the Lechler app and saw that you can go on and change if it's 2.25 or 0.5 or whatever you want it to be spacings, and what you're trying to achieve, litres a hectare and speed, and then it tells you which nozzle. So that was a really helpful tip and a helpful system, so I'll spend a bit of time looking at that. So in here, this is where the tanks will go. See, the water's coming in, they don't want this getting wet, so they've got to grade this, get this dug out next, ready. And that stone has gone down quite a lot actually. It's going to be a big area, it's 50 metres from there to effectively the tanks. You need a lot of room when you want to start unfolding all these cultivators and combines and having them out here to work on and things. Surprising. And you know what I think about concrete, I love a bit of concrete. So look, we just walked back into the shed and here's Gordon, look. He's now pacing the shed out. So he's now panicking about whether he's just done a bad deal. Now look, now he thinks he's going to raise it. Now you're going to raise it. Now you want 250. We'll have 250 then, Gordon. You're going to have to go to the cash point. Yeah, I think that's going to be your bad deal. It's going to ruin your weekend. Oh dear, he's feeling very confident. Plough's all greased up now, so I'm happy with that. That's rubbed the rust off, got that done. They've gone through these other machines, so they've been washed and welded up. This has just been done. They've just done the 12 metre, made sure that's straight and that's all ready to rock and roll. So happy with that. And then the bean drill, they've changed all the feet to the 1 inch, ready for beans. So that's good. See how the sun is changing those pipes? It's started to go sticky. They probably won't last another year. Wouldn't surprise me if they start breaking. That's what the sun does to these pipes. They're just not suitable to be outside long term. That's half the rationale. Now the grass, look, the rain, the difference is made. All this grass has just started to chit and come up. Where we must have put that down months ago, that grass seed. It's just starting to chip. And then the change in the colour, this was completely brown. It's amazing how quick grass comes back. And then this is what I'm sort of hoping, is all of the fields start to really chit now with all the wheat, volunteer wheat and everything comes up. So let us get on drilling. We need that flush, it's so important. Worst thing you could do is go drilling too early before we've had the flush. Tommy, you're getting good at walking backwards.
I'm just chuckling because Michael's going to play that comment back.
Oh, I know, Michael's been whittling on at me, he's been ringing me, he's been saying, oh, I don't know if you want to go Monday, perhaps let's go the following week. I'm worried about it, I've already had a message from him today. So, and then when it's raining, like proper raining, you don't hear from him. He disappears, like all agronomists. Yeah. It's Thursday the 4th. I've come to give a talk at Warwickshire Agricultural College this morning, and while I was here I popped to see William Forsyth and Anthony Forsyth, and then we come down the road to where I've bought machinery before. The Vardostat Rexus 10-metre press came from AMTEC down here at Gaydon in Warwickshire, and I'm joined here with Ross Ellis, and so he's collared me, he saw me sneak in and park up and he's found me. So we're having a bit of a tour around the site. The sun's come out. When I did pull up it was pouring with rain. So we're just going to have a quick look around and see what sort of machinery was on offer. And I was just learning a little bit here. Ross, family, is it your father and uncle that started this?
Yeah, we've had the farm here since, I guess it's been in the farm in the name now for over 100 years. So my grandfather farmed 220, 230 acres here. And then my father and uncle left school, started buying a few Dowswell ploughs, it would have been back then, early 90s.
Yes.
And then it's just grown from there.
Because Dowswell was in the area, is that right?
Yeah, 10 miles away in Stockton, yeah.
Okay, so you had a relationship with them.
We did, yeah.
So I knew your business originally as Ellis Farm Machinery.
That's it, correct.
And it was, if you'd said to me, what do you do? I'd have said you refurb Dowswell ploughs.
Correct.
So historically, that's what you were doing.
That's exactly what we would have done. Probably for the first maybe 10 years we would have reconditioned, refurbed, resprayed Dowswell ploughs, so we would have had probably, I guess, 20-30 Dowswell ploughs here at one time, if not more. And that's what we did, and then we moved over to, we started doing a bit of cultivation kit.
Well, trends in farming have changed, haven't they?
Yeah.
You know, the plough has become less prominent within the rotation. We were completely plough based originally. That's what we did, and then as the manufacturers started to produce the likes of Top Downs and Gregor Bessel machines, etc., farming habits changed.
Yeah, absolutely agree, and I mean they are changing now as well. I mean the trends we see just in, year out, and how much we're selling of each type of kit is.
So would you be at the front of a trend or the back of a trend?
I guess we quite like to see ourselves as being part of the trend as it's moving, but I know sometimes we can, I mean it's very weather dependent, as you would know. So we can, if you have a wet back end, then you suddenly find, well, we might want to be getting enough time drills, combinations, that type of thing. Obviously it's been a dry year this year, so we've been selling a lot of disc machines, so your ballastic carriers, your traditional Simba discs. We've now started doing our top.
Very season dependent then.
Yeah.
So this is something we just walked past as we came across, and you're importing these, you said, from Italy.
Yeah.
So this looks pretty much, you know, from my naked eye, this looks a bit like what would have been a Simba 2B, 3B type machine.
3Bs, 23Cs, yeah. And the Simba discs over the years, we have a lot of demand for the Simba discs. They're very well made, they're strong.
You don't see them so much now though, do you?
Exactly.
Is that because people keep them?
They keep them, and then once they're worn out, then they're not worth anything, or they turn around and they will redisc and they do what they can to keep them going. But there's not a we seem to find a bit of a gap in the market where there's nothing coming through that's going to fulfil that gap. And we've probably got two sets out on demo at the moment. We do a mounted set, we do.
This is a new venture for you then?
It is, yeah.
So as in this season?
Yes, yeah, we've probably been on it now for 5-6 months.
Okay, so you've got some out, because hire is actually something that you're now doing as part of the business, isn't it?
Yeah, we've been doing hire now for probably 5-6 years.
And would you hire anything?
Yeah.
If you have the machine here?
If we have the machine here, we would hire it. The only thing I would say on that is if it's not up to our standard or
you don't want to send out a dog and then you have nothing but repair bills and chasing out there.
So we would make sure that the machine I mean, sometimes we'll do a week hire, sometimes we'll do a 6-week hire,
Yeah.
but we make sure that it goes out.
So you will do short-term hires?
Yep.
Okay, so
Yeah,
that's
minimum
helpful.
minimum of a week.
So somebody that might be expanding or necessarily the season's changed, they wouldn't have the machinery to cope with that season, is a good port to look at what you've got.
Correct.
Or pick up the phone.
Yep.
And then hire something relatively short-term that gets them out of a fix.
Exactly, and this time of year would be our busiest hire season. We've got ballaster carriers, we've got more uni drills for various, some of the SFI crops and things. It's been
And you've got a lot of kit here. I mean, I had a quick walk round. I mean, in terms of drills and things like that, and there is a lot of kit here. I mean, what would you have in terms of numbers of kit at any one sort of time?
numbers of kit. We would probably have up to maybe 350 machines.
Oh, items, a
Yeah,
lot.
items, yeah.
And what sort of value? I mean, that's going to be in the millions.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah. You can push it 4 million at times. Yeah.
Crumbs. Yeah. Well, I mean, our kit is expensive, isn't it?
It
A lot
is.
of the best of
Yeah.
time.
And-
But 350 bits of, I know from my own business how much the value of kit is. And we wouldn't have anything like that, but then often got big kit, which is of course
Yeah.
worth a fortune.
And we do have a fast throughput of machines. I mean, we work on targeting 1,200, 1,300 machines a year in and out of this place.
Oh, really?
So it keeps.
Oh, it's constant.
It's very constant.
So over here is the workshop. We've got 2 workshops, haven't we? And we're going to just walk in there because there's something I saw in there when I was just in there, which I thought was fascinating. And but you are putting kit through those workshops to get kit nice and ready to send back
Yeah,
out.
I wouldn't say 100% of it goes through the workshop.
No.
Depending on, because the top yard where everything comes in, we do have customers that come in and they'll buy a machine as it is.
Yeah.
But if they wanted to go through the workshops,
Yeah.
we obviously can.
And there's different standards of how you would get it ready.
I mean, where we're looking now, for instance,
Yeah.
these machines have all gone through the workshops.
Oh,
they
so
would
everything
be-
over there's been through, ready to go to work,
Yep,
basically.
and behind us there. So that would
Yeah.
be, the drills, for instance, they would be run through, checked through, making sure that.
I mean, I just saw a guy on a little case tractor just levelling the gravel, making it smart, which obviously for my OCD suited me. I was really impressed with that, but he was just keeping it tidy. But I mean, there is a lot of kit here. I mean, you've got sprayers here, you've got cultivators, drills, a lot of drills, isn't there?
There is, yeah.
You must be gearing up basically for the season of drilling.
Correct, yeah. The seed drills and the cultivation would be our main core problems that we would run through here. It's where the skill set for the lads.
Got a horse sprayer there. Shall we have a quick look in the workshop?
Yep.
Because I don't want to spend too much looking at machinery. I might convince myself to buy something. Well, I know. That's what you're hoping, but I'll buy something before I leave. Where should we go? It's interesting. You've got Chandler's down here now. Obviously, Chandler's are who I buy all my Fendts from.
Yep, okay.
So I thought this was really interesting. So you've got these boards effectively which are laid out, but you just explain what happened here, because you had a company come in, didn't you?
Yeah, we had a lean company come in, and we were finding that, obviously, as we all know, with workshops, there's a lot of kit parts being used. There's
Yeah.
also a lot of tools being used and things go missing and
Yeah.
things aren't put back where they were. So they came in and they tracked what we were doing.
And they're
how-
looking at the inefficiencies
Exactly.
of people looking for stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the idea came up with these shadow boards. We hunted about. We couldn't find anything quite what we wanted.
Yeah.
So we actually got these made ourselves. Bespokely done.
Yeah, these are nice. I mean, this would be nice if farmers could effectively buy these type of boards off you, maybe the tools, because I think this is a really clever, helpful idea.
No,
'Cause
it's been a game changer. For the last
what do you think the efficiency's gone up by starting to, get a company like that in and analyse what you were doing and, put helpful tips like this in?
Yeah, I guess it's difficult to exactly put an increase, but it's what we found is that we're very much, everyone's held more accountable as well. So we've maybe this workshop here is one guy's in it, he knows he's got that kit,
Okay.
he's held accountable to
So
that.
actually each guy has his own area?
Yes. Yeah.
Right, so he won't be working here tomorrow. That's likely he stays on that board.
Yeah.
Right, okay, that makes sense. And I think we've got 4 bays, haven't we? We've got 2 in here and then 2 in the next shed.
Two in the next shed, and then we do actually have a bay over on the far barn as well.
Yeah, and there's like a lot of stock of parts, isn't there, to get stuff fixed?
Yeah, a lot of that really would be, we don't necessarily, a lot is for the machines we work on, so when the guys need.
Yeah.
Then,
And you got, a top down in here now at the moment, which is 6 metre. I had a 6 metre. I also had a 7 metre, so it worked with CTF. A good machine. So this is having a refurb, and this will either get sold or go out on hire either. Yeah. But the guys are working on that now. Effectively, it's new discs, isn't it? The points look okay, and just a general check over.
General check over,
Yeah.
And depending whether a customer turns around and says they want it, and they'll have it with the disc like that. If they've only got it, sometimes they will take it.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And then obviously,
So you can have it in different forms and ready for work.
Yeah.
Complete refurb, or for just
on
fit
how
to
they
go.
want it.
Yeah. And then you've got your organisation in here of suddenly, cool, you've got a lot of hydraulic pipes. That's interesting. They're all pre-made.
Yeah.
Not specific to a machine. They're specific to a length.
as far as I know, yes, correct.
Interesting. And that's cheaper for you to have everything pre-made than to have all the cables and have put the ends on yourself.
Yeah, and also we find that we've even found it when we go to load a machine.
Yeah.
And a hose suddenly goes that might not have been picked up or is just about to go. It's just here ready. We can just throw it straight onto the machine.
And is this just a local hydraulic company which sort of works with you?
Yeah, 100% honest. I don't know on that one.
It's interesting. Yeah. It's nice in here, isn't it?
Makes it very easy for the lads being central as well to the four.
Yeah, they're working in between. And actually, what's quite nice is that little room's changed the sound.
It does, yeah.
It's amazing. Just that walking between the two areas. So you've got your Dalswell bits up here, and this is your other two areas, and then you've got, this is what I found was quite interesting. You've got this sort of board at the end here, which is where they all meet in the morning, and this is how they're told what to do. Is that right?
Yep, correct, yeah. So they just go over the day, what the plan, what machines they're working on, if they're still working on the machines. That board there you're on now is...
And it's called the 5S. So each person's got an area that they're responsible to look after, and it shows how it should look, basically.
Correct, yep.
So you've got the different names, and then that's the standard one, for a better word, that your business expects how it should be kept.
So anyone can come out here, they can look at that, and then they look at the workshops, what they look like at one time.
Yeah. And then you've got a list of tickets here, which are obviously things that have got to be done, which are pre-put up, and then they take them off the board, and they're putting them on here, associated with what's got to be done and at what time. Is that right?
Yeah, correct. So you've got ones up here that are waiting parts, and then you have the initials of the workshop mechanic. Some of these may be outsourced, so if it's something that we probably haven't got the skill set to do here.
Okay, you might want a coded welder to come in, for example. So yeah, okay.
And some machines we outsource, send away.
Yeah.
And then this is.
Oh, I see. So you've got access, parts ordered, wash, workshop, review, finish, photo. So that's they're all currently, those ones are in the workshop.
These ones, yeah. The ones
Yeah.
you can see further up.
So that's interesting. So you can sort of see, and each person knows what, if they're got a problem with the Kverland, AM has, he goes on to the Sumo because he knows that's the next machine, and so on. And then you've got
So these are metrics that they're working. So each machine will get given a budget.
Yeah.
Whether we can keep within that budget. So when we bought the machine, we say how much we're going to spend.
Because you can't spend an infinite amount because you won't resell it. Yeah. Okay.
Correct.
Understood.
And then there's month target today, and then we have a target of 7 machines for the guys to produce every single day. And this is the actual.
So they've got to turn round. They've got to
Absolutely.
crack on.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
what did you say you put through the workshop? 1,300 a year.
Between 1250, 1300, sometimes slightly more.
Okay, so you can see how 7, but that's 7 split between 4 people, is it?
Yes. Sometimes we have external help come in.
Okay,
external labour.
yeah, was where the outsourced part is.
Yeah,
Interesting. So they've got to be on it.
they have. Well, fair play to the lads for the last couple of days.
Yeah.
So we've got a couple to make up for the.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, you're 3 behind at the moment.
Yeah.
So that's why the red is there. Okay, so that they're created. And time-wise, if, for example, you're working an 8-hour day and they're behind, are they allowed to work overtime, 9, 10, 11 hours, for example?
We generally work it from 7 in the morning till 5.
Okay.
And then,
So they've got a time, start and finish, and they just have to be organised.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And if a machine is going to take over time,
Yeah.
they will then come and speak to one of the sales guys and just say, is it worth spending this extra time, extra money, extra parts? Will we get an extra certain amount for the machine? If not, well, let's hold back
Yeah.
and leave it as is.
I won't hear that. Interesting. Right, sorry. Oh. So you was just saying that effectively this board can be looked at by the sales team as well.
Yep.
So they actually can come out and look to see how far they're going and when they're going to get onto the Dalbo, for example, if the farmer rings up and says, interesting.
Because some of these machines have already sold maybe.
Yeah.
So they might sell before they even got here.
Yeah, and the farmer's championing at the bit.
So
Yeah.
it's a very good visual.
I'm assuming the workshop manager creates the order.
Yeah.
He's got up here, hasn't he? He's got priority and just in, etc., and then the sold at the bottom. Yeah. Okay, you've got a lot of machines to work through. So these guys, just out of interest, where are they coming from? Out of dealerships? You know, where are you finding these skilled labour?
A few have come through dealerships. Some are locals. We're very fortunate to have an excellent team out here. To be fair, they're hard working.
Well, they've got to get on, haven't they? 7 machines a day.
Yep.
Interesting.
No, very fortunate.
Well, thank you, Ross. It's been good coming here.
No
I'm
problem.
pleased I called in, and and this is where the Vardestat Rexus has come from. So hopefully that will make an appearance next month. So when's the train leave or wherever you'll go? How are you getting where you're going?
Big long walk to London,
Right.
and then we'll head.
So the bus goes from London,
No, from London.
We'll train into London.
and
pretty
then,
soon.
and then
from
bus.
Cambridge.
Bus or ferry, I think, to Amsterdam.
Is that where it starts?
The bus leaves at
And how many is on
about
this
5
bus?
o'clock in the morning. 48 of us.
48. Oh, the aroma. I hope it's got windows.
Apparently
48 of you lot being partying till 3 in the morning, getting on that bus at 8 in the morning. Oh,
one low
should
in
be
the back
good.
too.
huh?
One low in the back.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Do you suffer car sickness or anything?
Nah.
Do you?
Nah.
Oh, I get it terrible.
Yeah. Well, I hope not anyway.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
Oh,
someone's gonna cop
somebody
it.
will, no doubt.
Couple of
Yeah.
beers to sort that out.
All right, so you've got 30 days, 18 stops, is that right, isn't it?
It's something like that, yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
12
Yeah,
countries
yeah.
or 18 countries.
And you've had a week in Barcelona, was it good?
Yeah, it was very good.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you
Pretty
fly
warm,
home to New Zealand directly from where?
From London again.
Okay, so we might see you again.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So this is not what you call a longer buy.
Nah.
Okay.
Just for a month.
We'll see. We'll see you in a month. Right, okay. My grandfather always used to say, I don't like longer buys, goodbye. So it was an enjoyable day in Warwickshire yesterday. Got to see Willie and Hugh and Anthony Forsyth, which was a pleasure. They're only about 7 miles down the road from Moreton Moral, and it turns out Hugh actually does the farming on the retained land for Moreton Moral, so got to spend a bit of time talking about farming and drilling, etc. with them. And looking forward to this weekend, if I do get to Burley or not, but it's sort of like an annual pilgrimage. Normally, there's some years I haven't been able to go because we've been still combining, but obviously not this year. And hopefully by close of play today, all the drills will be ready, all seed trailers will be loaded, drills all calibrated, all ready to come out the gate. Kieran will start spraying on Monday. This will be almost the last weekend off before we push on again with some drilling. But because we've got barley to drill first, then we've got first wheats, then we've got second wheats. The second wheats will be later of September for obvious reasons. Then we've got beans, which will start towards the end of September, going into the 5th of October. That's my objective. So our club is the 5th of October, get it done by the 5th of October, so that's my objective. And anyway, we'll see what comes of it. But I took Matilda last week to Gresham's. She's obviously turned 13, so she went to boarding school. I've had a text message off her, or WhatsApp. I said, are you enjoying yourself? And she said, yay. I then spoke to her, and she was on the beach. The school took her down took the whole lot down to the beach at Holcombe, so I think they were having fun. She's staying there this weekend, and for me actually, it was one of those, moments as a father and an adult, where after I dropped her off and said goodbye, I was driving away back to Cambridge from Norfolk, and I felt it. I felt this almost emotional. Anyway, it's a strange thing dropping your child off, and I'm sure there'll be many parents who know exactly what I'm talking about. But anyway, I believe she's getting on well. So I'm working on the assumption that no news is good news. So they only get to use their phones, I think, an hour a day or something like that. So she's not been ringing in floods of tears or anything, but she's pretty damn robust. So fingers crossed, she's enjoying herself, and we'll catch up the following weekend, no doubt. But anyway, all the best, everybody. Thank you for the increase of subscribers. Hopefully all these young bucks at Warwickshire subscribe, and we'll see the numbers boost up again. And we'll see you Wednesday, and maybe the drills will be out by then. And the combines will be in the shed, because I'm looking forward to my £250.